Electronic sports, or esports, is a growing industry spreading around the world, generating millions upon millions of dollars in revenue. With this industry growth, the public's perception of esports has been slowly changing over the years. Video gaming is no longer seen as just a hobby, as professional players, coaches, tournament organizers, and broadcast teams make up just a few of the multitude of jobs available in the wide field of esports. My name is Aaron Falinga, known in the Smash community as Vell, and you're listening to Twister. Twister stands for This Week in Smash, Tourneys, Events, and Recap. This episode will start off with a recap of the biggest events of the past 2 weeks, focusing on the Smash Summit 5 Invitational in Southern California from November 2nd to 5th, and Tipped Off 12 in Atlanta, Georgia on November 11th and 12th. After that, we'll talk about some of the upcoming tournaments to keep an eye on, focusing on Super Famicon 2017. Following this preview, we'll be joined by Saints Gaming Esports Director Shaun Byrne for a discussion on collegiate esports and the transition from esports gaming events to Saints Gaming. Now, with the intro out of the way, welcome Smashers, esport enthusiasts, podcast fans, and anyone else who stumbled upon this to the world of Twister. Smash Summit 5 is now come and gone, and the best Jigglypuff in the world, Liquid Hungrybox, taking first place, could have very well dethroned Alliance Armada as the best player in the world for the first time since 2015. This tournament had a prize pool of a whopping $83,758, with Liquid Hungrybox taking home nearly $30,000 for his first place in singles. Following up in second place is Alliance Armada, known as the best of all time, or BOAT, after he lost Game 5 in a nail-biting set in Grand Finals. And third was the underdog and my personal favorite, TSM Leffen, who managed to beat Armada in Winners Top 8 before losing in the run-back in Losers Finals. In fourth was fan favorite Cloud9 Mango, who notably pulled out his Mario against Tempo Storm Axe's Young Link. Panda Global Plup and Tempo Storm Axe both tied for fifth, with Fry's Wizrobe and Counterlogic Gaming's SFAT rounding out the rest of the top 8. In doubles, the Swedish team of Armada and Leffen won over Echo Fox, Mewtwo King, and Plup, with Axe and VGBC Amsa in third. SFAT, without his long-term doubles partner, Counterlogic Gaming Pew Pew U, landed in fourth, with his new doubles partner, Immortal Shroomed. A few recommended sets to watch would be the Leffen vs Armada winner set, Wizrobe vs Armada, and Axe vs Mewtwo King. All in all, Summit 5 was a great experience to watch online, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the Summit team has planned for Summit 6. Tipped Off 12 was this past weekend, with the robot himself, Echo Fox Mewtwo King, winning over Smash Studios' Kobold. Kobold had a great run to this tournament, knocking Allegiance None out at third and Renegade's Swedish Delight out at fourth. Cal and DizKid Boogie tied for fifth place, with IBDW and Hax rounding out the top 8. In doubles, Mewtwo King and Swedish Delight won over the Canadian duo of Earthroot Gaming Ryan Ford and Nunn, although Ryan and Nunn did win the first set in Grand Finals. Third place was Cobalt and Harriet, with Drug Fox and DizKid Boogie in fourth. Some recommended sets are Swedish Delight vs Nunn, Cobalt vs Swedish Delight, Cal vs Ginger, DizKid Boogie vs A-Rookie, and Ryan Ford vs Hax. Now moving on to the upcoming tournament, Super Famicon 2017. This tournament will be taking place in Greensboro, North Carolina on November 17th to 19th. You can tune in at twitch.tv/recursiongg to catch the action live as it unfolds. Some of the top talent includes Liquid Hungrybox, Cloud9 Mango, Counterlogic Gaming SFAT, Tempo Storm Axe, G2 Westballs, Allegiance None, Misfits La Luna, Smash Studios Cobalt, and Lucky. Last year, None won Super Famicon 2016 over Drug Fox and Cobalt, but this year he's got a whole nother tier of player to deal with in Hungrybox and Mango. Tune in to find out if he can get the back-to-back victory under his belt. Now I'd like to introduce Shaun Byrne, Esports Director at St. Clair College. We had an interview together at the November Griffin Grappler Monthly held at St. Clair College on November 19th. Now for the interview.
For those of us who know nothing about Smash Bros, what is it?
Well, Smash Bros is a competitive game, 1v1. You fight each other on stage, rack up damage. Whoever, once you get more damage on you, you launch further. You get launched off the stage. You lose a life, and you either have 2 to 4 lives depending on which Smash Bros game you're competing in.
What is a gamer tag?
Well, tag is kind of like your alias. So, in the gaming community, people use aliases to communicate online and stuff like that, and it spills over into the competitive community. So people, mostly make up stuff when they're young, kind of carry that all the way through their careers.
What's your name and your gamer tag?
So I started off with some pretty embarrassing things, but nowadays I'm bringing it back and just using my name, Shaun Byrne. That's it.
How has the transition between esports gaming events and Saints Gaming been?
I'll be completely honest, it's a little messy, just like it is with any acquisition, but what it's going to help us do is put more resources and more time behind the projects that really are going to make a difference for esports. What we're doing with Saints Gaming is honestly ahead of its time. Within the next 5 to 10 years, we'll see programs like this all over North America. Right now, we're the first in Canada. One other program has popped up after us, Atlantic College in Sarnia, but it's before no time. We'll have them all over the province, all over Canada for sure.
What are your responsibilities as esports director?
So I have 7 different teams that I oversee with coaches for each of those. We've also got a live streaming staff to produce content to put up on Twitch and YouTube. I also handle all the social media aspects of it. I acquire sponsors, I plan budgets, plan events. It's kind of a really big, vague, over-encompassing position, to be quite honest. They've given me a lot of flexibility here to kind of build it out the way that I see it working. Down the line, I'd love to bring in more staff though to kind of, take some of the burden off of me and work together to kind of build stuff.
How is the Smash community different from other gaming communities you're a part of?
Well, what I love about Smash especially is, players are forced to play in person, right? A lot of other gaming communities everything can be done online. If you're playing League of Legends, for example, you can just sit behind your computer monitor and never leave. Nobody knows who you are, and you can hide behind your alias. We talk about aliases or gamer tags. A lot of players that play in these online communities can hide behind those. They hide behind these artificial online ranks. Whereas Smash makes you meet up in person, makes you prove how good of a player you are. But what that does is it makes people bond a lot closer. A lot of PC players are scared to show up and play against somebody because they know if they lose, then they'll have to face that person and realize, they'll know that they suck at the game. Whereas in Smash, those players are forced in that situation, and then they can grow from it. They can bond, they can become friends, they can help each other train and get better, and I find it creates a much better competitive environment.
What makes the Windsor scene special?
Windsor is just like a super close-knit group of guys. Like, we're small, but these guys are hanging out together, going out for dinner, going out for lunch, and even outside of the Smash community are hanging out doing, just regular everyday friends things, which is really cool to see. We've built kind of a little family. Like, it's a cliche, but it's true with the Windsor Smash community. We've got around 50 or 60 guys here at the tournament today. All of them are like best friends.
So why should people come out to Smash tournaments?
Smash, what is really good about it is open, first of all, so anybody can come out and enjoy it. The other thing is it's very accommodating and very welcoming. Some of the other communities that we deal with, online communities, are a little toxic, unfortunately, whereas Smash, sometimes a little toxic online, but in person, people are very welcoming and ready to help each other out and ready to just, work together to get better at the game.
Can you define the Smash community in 5 words or less?
Dreading this question coming up. All right. So, okay, I mentioned family. You know, especially in the Windsor community here, like it's definitely a family. But even in the greater Smash community, we've got every once in a while, you know, Smashers go through troubles or whatever, and it's amazing to see people rally to help that person out. So family would be the first one. Open, you know, anybody is welcome. You know, male, female, everything. Anybody can come out. Doesn't matter how old you are. We've got 8-year-olds all the way up to like 50-year-olds playing in Smash Bros. Tournaments. Okay, what else we got? Competitive. It's one of the most competitive esports in terms of you know, number of competitors and activity too. Smashers compete more often than a lot of other games. People might play online in casual matches for League of Legends on a daily basis, but they're just kind of playing to pass the time, whereas Smashers get together on a weekly basis in a high stakes like money environment. So that's another one. So I've got what? Family, competitive, open. You said 5 words or less. I'm gonna stick with 3.
All right. What's your favorite tournament you've been a part of, and what makes that stand out in your mind?
Good GameCon 2016 was amazing. And we brought together 4 of the big communities. So at the time, so it was myself and the EGE boys, Chris Chan and the ESN, Joe Cribbery and EMG, and then Russell Orgona and Toronto Top Tiers. Brought those 4 communities together, created an event that was ahead of its time for Ontario esports. 3,000 competitors all in one building, playing in, I don't even remember, 9 or 12 different esports titles. And especially the Smash side of things was the best tournament that Ontario's ever had.
And how has this community changed you as a person?
Well, I mean, I don't know if necessarily this happened because of this community, but it happened alongside. So I used to be a really shy person. This has helped me kind of meet more people and just get out there and, you know, in the community and be a little bit more open with what I like doing and who I am. So I think, you know, that's kind of helped me come out of my shell a little bit.
And that's all my questions.
Cool.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the tournament.
And that was Shaun Byrne, Esports Director at St. Clair College. You can follow him on Twitter at Shaun E. Byrne, or follow Saints Gaming on Twitter at Saints Gaming. That's all the time we have today, and with the first episode coming to a close, I'd like to thank you all for joining me on this adventure. This episode focused on Hungrybox's great win at Smash Summit 5 and his probable first place rank, the results of Tipped Off 12, hyped up Super Famicon 2017, and interviewed Saints Gaming's esports director, Shaun Byrne, about collegiate esports with his local scene and transitioning from esports gaming events. Next episode will be going up on Thursday, November 30th on my YouTube, and will be highlighting DreamHack Winter, recapping Tipped Off 12 and Port Priority 2, and featuring a think piece highlighting my thoughts on the effects of the Macleod on Me Top 100 rankings. This has been Aaron Vell Vellinga, and thank you for tuning in to Twister.